Hello, everybody. I think we are live. Yes, we are. So, welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. It is, if you're watching live right now, it's Monday, October 26th, 7:02 p.m. And if you're not watching live, welcome nonetheless. You can watch us. If you get the notifications, you can watch us anytime you want. I do tend to take these live streams down so they don't clutter up our homepage. But yeah, more reason to make sure you're subscribed, and meaning hit that notification bell on our homepage to make sure you get notified for everything we do here. So I see already we got a few regulars joining us. Vegan Mujita, Michelle, Tatted Vegan Runner, 13.1, half marathon, Fallon, Marie, Sai Tech, Tristan B, Natalie. Cool. You are the first like. Yeah, if everyone just hit a quick like, I think you guys all did too. Cool. You guys are the super hardcore, super fans here. So thanks so much here. Yeah, last live stream I did was a week ago on Monday, and I really thought back then I was going to have maybe 3 live streams last week because our schedules were so just weird last week, and all I had time for was coming live, but it just got weirder and weirder, so I didn't do any more live streams last week. So yeah, shows you how it's hard for me to forecast and predict anything lately. So anyway, you guys have any questions for me? Now is a good time. Not too many people on right now. Let me see. Let me take a look at all my technical here, all my lighting and everything. I'm going to make one lighting adjustment here. Let's see how I can do this. Let's see if I can do it live here. I thought I made a tweak at the end here, and I'm wishing I didn't do it. So let me try it. Nope. Let's see. One more shot here. And now one more. I know I can. It's a little slider to adjust the lighting. I have big old hands. All right, that's probably better. All right, cool. I'm going to live with this. All right, cool. So, any questions, guys? How's it going? Got a few more people have joined since I was messing around there. Iron Gamer, will I interview John Venus about his return to veganism? I haven't, you guys told me that last week, and I saw Hench Herbivore made a video about it. I didn't watch that one either. But yes, the roof is done. But going back to your question about John Venus, I don't think so. I mean, he just sounds like a complete bozo. Like how he needed to go vegan because he needed to hunt. I mean, leave vegan because he needed to hunt, and he wasn't sure about his kid and all this nonsense. So I don't know, man. I really don't think he's worth interviewing. It'd just be kind of a joke. What do you guys think? Should I interview him? But yes, thanks for asking. Yeah, last week our schedule was totally off, and we're still kind of recovering. Yeah, 4 days in a row, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, of getting our roof done. That was crazy. Just guys up above us banging, stomping. They did a wonderful job, by the way. I'm not complaining about their work. I mean, I don't think they could have done it any quieter than they did do it, but that's just the nature of the beast. So anyway, yeah, that's all done. That was crazy. And I'm glad that it's done, and won't need to be done again until I'm like 80 or 90 years old. Assuming I'm still living here. So anyway, so yes, yeah, I have compassion for John Venus. Yeah, Jonathan, I'm not saying I hate him or anything. I just think he's a bozo. I mean, you saw that video I made about him a few months ago, hopefully, critiquing his weird, bizarre reasons for needing to quit vegan. And now all of a sudden, oh, yeah, but then after that, oh, not only did he quit vegan, then he went all in, started hanging out with the carnivore crew online, and then talking about his hunting. And did he finally go hunting? I don't know. I just stopped following him by then. I didn't really care. Did he ever go hunting, guys? Let me know if he actually admitted or revealed or showed himself going and hunting animals and killing them and stuff. So let me know if he did do that. But anyway, if now he's back, I don't know what to believe. I just don't know. I have compassion for him, but I don't know do I need to get involved? Does Ryan Lum from Happy Healthy Vegan really need to get involved with a guy I barely know? I met him like one time before, one day. Hey, Jamit, thank you. First super chat tip of the day. There's a vegan debate blog page. What to discuss? Well, first, tell me where this vegan debate blog page is, Jam. I'd like to know. Actually, thanks for the first super chat tip of the day there. And I just put the link to Streamlabs where you can also make a super chat and actually have it do text to speech if you donate $5 or more. I got that idea from Vegan Gains. And the cool thing about Streamlabs is that they don't take a cut of these super chat tips, which is pretty awesome. We get the creators get 100% of it. Okay, so what do you guys tell me about John? Let's see. Did you guys tell me anything about John Venus here? Let's see. Yeah, let me know if he went hunting or not. Then if he went hunting, like, then how can you all of a sudden be a vegan like a month later? I don't get it. Yeah, Michael, I agree with you. John requires a lot of rehabilitation before he'll be taken seriously in the vegan movement. And if he really truly went hunting like he said he was going to, then he's really going to take an enormous amount of that. So let me know. But I'm kind of with you, Fallon Marie. I really don't feel like wasting any time with John Venus. I already wasted enough time talking about his nonsense reasons why he felt like he had to quit vegan. They're so nonsense that he's back vegan again, so he says, like a month or two later. So, yeah. Hey, Laura Mosley. Good to see you, Laura. Long time viewer. Let's see. And thanks for your super chat tip too, by the way. Remember, guys, you can leave a super chat tip to Streamlabs, and they don't take a cut at all. But yes, YouTube super chat's cool too. I'm not complaining. Just to let you know, some of you guys really like to make sure there's no middle person or giant corporation taking a cut here. Let's see. You found a great new channel, Living Dairy Free. Not as good as y'all, but fun. Living Dairy Free. God, it rings a bell. Maybe I've heard them or seen them before. Living Dairy Free. Rings a bell. Well, thanks for sharing that, and I'll be sure to check it out. Hey, Darren Sereno, thank you too for your super chat tip there. Much appreciated. Do you get involved in politics? Well, there's two senses of getting involved in politics, Darren. One, as you may not know, just earlier this year, I was involved in a local race here in Long Beach. I was running for city council. And thanks, Tristan. I see your super chat too. I'll get to yours in a second there, Tristan, about vitamin D. But yeah, there's several ways to get involved, Darren. One is I ran for city council here. It was a crowded race because the incumbent in our district was not going to run for re-election. And so, yeah, there were 7 of us running, and I learned a lot about how politics works. So if I ever was to get involved in politics again, now I know what to do right. Not to say I did it totally wrong. A lot of things I did right, but there's a lot of things I needed to do even more correct than I did to really have a go at it. And one is having a solid financial support system. Like, you guys were awesome. You guys gave me you guys donated to my campaign around $3,000, so that got me in the race. I was able to do, a lot of stuff with those donations you gave for my campaign. Sadly, the people who are going to win, the 2 in the runoff right now have, like 40, 50 times of what that amount of money. We're talking 6-digit figures here. So that kind of, you can't beat that. And they had the most money in their campaigns, and they're the top 2. So yeah, you should try to get into politics if you feel like you have something you want to contribute. And I didn't run as Ryan the Vegan, but people knew that, amongst the other things I was concerned about, like helping, our homeless situation, affordable housing situation, all these issues of compassion, and veganism fit right in there too. So people knew about veganism because of me going there. So if you want to follow up on that question, Darren, maybe I didn't answer what you're looking for, but yes, if you want to get involved in politics, you should for sure. Tristan, should you be taking a vitamin D3 supplement? Hey, I'll just share with you what I do and what I've learned about it. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a licensed dietitian or anything of the sort, but I'll tell you what I have learned. It depends on a lot of factors. It depends on the latitude that you live at. It depends on how much time you get out in the sun at that latitude, particularly like now in the non-summer months in the northern hemisphere, how much time you get out around noon when the sun's rays are the strongest, and the color of your skin. Do you have really dark, like African American skin, or really pale, like European skin? Those affect the rate or how much UV you can absorb to convert to vitamin D3. I personally don't take a vitamin D3 supplement because I live at a latitude where I can get sufficient D3 year round, even in December And I make a point to go out in December when it's sunny. You might not be able to do that where you live. So it really depends on a lot of factors. I would definitely, for sure, again, I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm sure no doctor would disagree with this. Get a blood test and make sure you request vitamin D. It's not standard. You have to ask for it. You might have to pay a few bucks for it, but see where your vitamin D is and see if you're deficient or not. And don't just do that once. Do it over and over again. If your doctor asks, why do you need a vitamin D test? Tell your doctor that you're a vegan and vitamin D is hard for vegans to get. And they'll say, oh yeah, totally. Yeah, you're probably going to die. You should get your vitamin D tested, and ask for vitamin B12 while you're at it. So get tested, and then, like I said, you should do a little more research as to see where you live at. Are you going to get sufficient vitamin D from sunshine year round, and are you willing or able to go out into that sun, year round? Cool. So Lentils just left a. Well, hang on one sec. I just missed your question there, Lentils. Let me go find it here. My bad. Let's see. So thanks for donating through Streamlabs, by the way, Lentils. Let me put the link down there for y'all. That way, YouTube does not take any cut from the Streamlabs donation. So let's see, what'd you ask there, Lentils? The EU voted for banning vegan plant-based dairy alternatives. Yeah, I saw that, from having similar styles, packages, being compared to dairy and being marketed as dairy alternatives. They're not allowed to be portrayed as dairy alternatives in any shape or form. That's just completely stupid. And if the argument is the same one I've seen from, like, say, it's the same argument that's going on here. People will be confused. If they see soy milk, they think people are so stupid that you're gonna, an average consumer is gonna think they're buying dairy milk, even though right on the front it says oat milk or oat dairy, whatever you want to call it. How stupid do they think people are? This is just an abuse of power. A much more well-funded, entrenched industry, the dairy industry, taking advantage of the rising upstart and trying to shut them down because they're losing market share to the upstart plant-based milks. It's just stupid. And given this bogus argument that a human being that can read the language in question, when they see soy milk or oat milk, they're going to somehow get confused and think it came from a cow. How stupid do they think people are? I mean, I can't believe any judge that has any sense of rational thought would buy that. No reasonable person would ever be confused if you're buying a soy milk or oat milk or almond milk that, I thought almond milk came from cows. Oh man, I got ripped off. It's totally dumb. Yeah, so that's my opinion on that. It's just a completely disingenuous argument made by a very wealthy industry that sees their market share going down, and they're desperate, and they're throwing out stupid nonsense like that. God, how... Anyway. So, I should have some more questions, guys, now that I came down off of that one. But good question there, Lentils. And again, thanks for your Streamlabs donation there. And if you want to hear your question, go from text to speech, leave a donation of $5 or more on Streamlabs. I put the link down there and you will see it and hear it. And it does a little cool trap beat too. It's really cool. All right, so what else is going on here? Parth, what's more important to me than veganism? I mean, that's hard to say. I mean, veganism is important, more important, I mean, my relationship with Angie's very important. I wouldn't want anything to happen to that. I'm very also passionate about not only saving animals' lives, but making sure that we have a habitable planet for all humans, present and future, and all animals present and future to live on. We should not destroy this planet so that a few greedy corporations can profit off of us. So I'm very passionate about that. To me, even though I'm an ethical vegan, I see the environmental component, especially right now, is super important. So these are some things I care a lot about. Ice Bones, please look back for my question. Let's see, I'll try to scroll, Ice Bones. Okay. Okay, letting you guys know I'm here. All right. Can you guys see me? All right, I think I'm back. It looks like. Okay. Had some kind of glitch there. Hopefully you guys didn't notice that, but I was like frozen here for a second or two. All right, so anyway, yeah, the question I was just asking or answering something about blood platelets. That's beyond me. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, a biochemist, nutritionist or anything like that, dietitian. So yeah, I can't answer that specific health doctor or medical advice question there. It probably wouldn't even be legal to me. The only things I share are things I've personally done myself, and that's fully, I think responsible. I can tell you what I've done or what Angie's done, what we've experienced, but yeah, I don't understand. That is beyond me right there. If anyone has thinks they have a good answer for you, Icebones, anyone answer Icebones' question there, feel free. Remember, you should ask something like that, very medical specific question. You should seek out a medical or health professional to answer that one. Parth, what made me want to drop out of my PhD program? Yeah, that's something I don't really talk about too much. Back in the 1990s, early mid 1990s, after I graduated with a bachelor's degree in philosophy, I went to grad school. I was in a PhD program to get a PhD in philosophy, and I left because it was fun. I was digging it, but I was finding like more interesting life opportunities at the time than do I want to keep going to school for another like 4 to 6 years and become a philosophy professor and move around weird places in the country I might not want to go to and teach philosophy. I don't know, it seemed all right, but I found more interesting things to do career-wise. But right then the internet was just getting started. It was like, the tech boom that took over like San Francisco was just getting started. So I was kind of getting involved in that sort of stuff back then. And my music was taking off too. My band Love Spirals Downwards was taking off back then too. So all of that just seemed way more exciting than learning more about philosophy, which I felt like I knew sufficiently enough to get around in life. But, I kind of wonder what would have happened if I stuck with philosophy, but I have no regrets though. Let's see. So what appealed to me most about philosophy? My interest in computers. Yes, obviously, I tell you, I'm interested in computers. Yeah, I worked in tech for a while. Philosophy, I just liked it because it was the first thing I studied that really did something I thought was super important. I mean, I studied other things before philosophy, like computers and research psychology. Those things are interesting. I learned a lot, but philosophy was the first thing that really taught me how to think rationally, critically, and clearly. And I thought that's awesome, because what good is it to have a lot of knowledge about a particular field, like say psychology or what have you, but not be able to think clearly and rationally through issues? And I just thought it was the best thing that my brain had ever encountered as far as education wise. Like, wow, this is what everyone should be studying. But maybe I'm just weird. It just clicked with me. So that's why I did it. Do I know any programming languages? I've known a few. Back in the day, I learned COBOL because I was studying some business. I was in the business department learning computing there at Cal Poly Pomona first before I got on these other things. And I learned, I evolved over time to, I was programming like, Cold Fusion, markup language, HTML, I was a front-end web specialist, cascading CSS stuff, a little bit of PHP and ASP and stuff like that. Those are the more modern ones, but that's as far as I went there. So anyway, those are good questions there, Parth. Hey, Laura, thanks once again for your super chat tip there, Laura. Your son has a master's in philosophy. See, if I stuck at it another year, they probably would have just given me a master's, even though it wasn't a master's program at UC Santa Barbara. It's a PhD program where they'll give you a master's if you only want to stick around 2 years and bail. I only stuck around 1 year and bailed. He is an academic advisor and adjunct philosophy. So a master's in philosophy, cool. Does he like it, Laura? What does he think about his career path there? Where did my water go? So yeah, that could have been me if I stuck it out another year, and I might have done it if they had given me the funding, like the teaching assistant positions there, where it kind of pays for your tuition and stuff. they didn't give it to me. So I said, screw it. I'm going to take, I didn't really drop out of my PhD program. Technically, I did 1 year and left in really good standing and took a year's leave of absence. And I just never came back from the year's leave of absence. So I guess I'm technically on the books in some weird way, maybe. He loves it. All right, cool. Yeah, philosophy's fun and teaching's fun, you know. I dig teaching. I've taught a lot over the years too. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been a bad choice or anything like that. It was just a weird time, and for me in my life, a lot of things were happening right then. I tell you, my band's first album came out, and it did much better than any of us ever thought it would do. Really, that was exciting. So I followed that path, and I followed the path of just like high tech, basically, right in the birth of the internet. So yeah, I have no regrets. I mean, that doesn't happen to everyone all the time in their life. Those were just happening right at the same time as I was beginning grad school. Let's see. So yeah, thanks, Laura. I'm glad your son digs that. Hey, I mentioned too, if you're having trouble getting a question through to me because so many of you guys are chatting, which is awesome, you can go to that Streamlabs link down there where it'll you can leave me a tip and they don't take any cut, unlike YouTube, or you can leave a regular YouTube super chat tip. These two methods will get the chat in my face, will make a ding. And on Streamlabs, I think if you do that $5 or more one where it does text to speech, it'll do this cool trap little beat, 808 drum machines and stuff like that. Anyway, Lemon Crisis. I don't know anything about what's going on with the Lemon Crisis, Casey Meister. Seems like our citrus situation, last few times we've done shopping, seemed normal-ish. I didn't recall anything. If you have some more info for me, that'd be cool. Hey, Hardly 10 Man Adonis. Hey, good to see you. Yes, thanks. Yeah, 10 years vegan. Yeah. I tell you, I never wrote it down, but I'm pretty sure by now, like late October, 10 years ago, I've already said, hey, I'm going to go fully vegan. Because I remember it happened after a camping trip that Angie and I took to Catalina in September during the autumn equinox. It was like pretty much the last time I remember not being vegan. And, and then a few weeks after that, maybe a month after that, which would be about now, fully vegan. Let's see. Tobias, how old am I? Take a guess, Tobias. Take a guess. Just be honest. If you don't know, just go for it. You don't have to make me feel good or anything like that. Oh, you look like you're 25. Just be honest there, Tobias. And I'll tell you. I'll give you the answer. I'm just kind of curious what you think. So Vegan Jerry's throwing a guess out there. Let's see. Let's let Tobias take a guess though. Let's see. 40. Okay, that's a good guess. That's what a lot of people think I am. They think I'm around that. However, Tobias, so would you think that there's certain, I won't mention their channel names, but certain anti-vegan people that make YouTube videos who have made many videos, like several videos about how a vegan diet has aged me rapidly, and I look extremely old for my age. Some of these people say I look about like 67, 70 years old. What would you think about that, Tobias? You thought I was 40, but some of these anti-vegans are saying I've aged so rapidly that I look about 67. What do you think about that? Because honestly, I'm 53. Oh no, Tobias, no, 40 I think is cool. That's what I think. I mean, a lot of people that meet me think I'm in my 40s, something like that. I've never met a person say, wow, I think you're about 70. It's never happened in real life. The only time I hear that is from some hater who says I look so horrible for my age. And all I do is point out, look at Joe Rogan and Sean Baker. They were born the same year I was born. And I'm not dissing them. I'm just saying they look like dudes that are 53. I'm not I'm saying, are these haters, I'm trying to ask them, do you say that I look like 15 to 20 years older than Joe Rogan and Sean Baker? Are you kidding me? Again, I'm not complaining about how they look whatsoever. I'm just saying that's absurd to say that I look like a decade or two older than those guys. So anyway, yeah, where's Race Lever at, huh? What is he doing tonight? Is he out drinking again? Okay, I know some questions have come by, so you can again just ask them again. I'm just seeing parts of them. That's if I'm not answering, it's because I can't. I'm not sure what the whole question is or anything like that. So, um, anyway, yeah, where is Race Lever? Someone text Race Lever for me. I don't even know who he is. He won't give me any of his contact info. Future gaming. Don't I crave meat? No. Just like I don't. I consider meat to be absolutely gross. That's a good question. A lot of people think vegans are exercising this extreme willpower, resisting temptations and urges to eat tasty meat. No, nothing could be further from the truth whatsoever. I mean, that might be true when someone first goes vegan because they're switching, they're transitioning. But anyone who's been vegan longer than like a couple months, especially a couple years, no. I mean, the longer you stay vegan, though, anytime you encounter meat, like you're out with your family or sometimes I'm out running and I go past someone cooking or having a barbecue, meat is actually, strangely, believe it or not, repulsive. It's gross. I don't even consider it a food. Sometimes I say here, it's like poop. When I see poop, I don't look at it and go, yummy, I wish I had some of that. Same thing when I see meat. I have the same reaction to meat as I have to poop. That's what I'm trying to say there. So yeah, good question there. It's an honest question. If you're not a vegan or vegetarian, you might think otherwise. But yeah, any long-term vegan or vegetarian kind of considers meat to be in the same category as poop. Okay, so oh, I heard another ding there. Peter. Peter donated $3. Let's see. How come I'm not seeing your comment there, Peter? Let's see. Okay, they're opening an entirely 100 vegan store in Victoria, BC. Really, what is this, Peter? They're opening up a store that's entirely. Let me look at your comment again here, which happened so quickly there. 1 second. Because I've never heard of that before. An entirely 100% vegan store. I've heard of these. I mean that there's some of these things exist. I think Germany was the first place I saw open one online. But that's cool because I can't make any claims that us here in California, which I call like a mecca of veganism, I don't think there's any 100% vegan stores. So that's totally awesome, Peter. Yeah, sounds like things are really happening for you guys up there on the Vancouver area, the BC area of Canada. And I still want to come up. I haven't changed my opinion over the last week or anything. I still want to come up. Yeah, Kate, that's awesome. Yeah, report back, Peter. Let us know how that goes, what it's like. I've never been into an all vegan store. Yeah, Casey, let's see. Let's see, Casey, I really don't know much about the lemon crisis. Started before Corona. Ryan knows he streamed and spoke on it in February. Girlfriend nearly died. I really, let's just kind of back off on this lemon crisis right now. Yeah, just because no one else knows what's going on and I don't know what's going on it. So anyway, cool. All right, Casey, let's move on to other things because you're asking the wrong person here. Don't know about it. Yeah, okay, I was right. Vegan Jerry Germany had the first fully vegan store. No, but I'm not asking. I'm just saying why back up. I'm just saying let's just talk about something else, Casey, because I told you I'm not informed on it, so I'm not going to be able to address it. That's why I'm saying back off on it. I'm not being a jerk or anything. I'm just saying I can't speak to it. I want to keep asking the same question. That's kind of weird, because I can't answer it. So I'm being cool. It's in Long Beach. Ryan caused the lemon cry. I have no idea. Wait, that sounds like a joke, right? I kind of remember this from a few months ago now. What is this joke, Cass? It's a joke, right? You're trying to get it. It's a joke. I forgot what it was. I thought I made some kind of joke and therefore I caused a lemon crisis. What was this? It was something kind of funny from a few months ago. Yeah, back before my race here in Long Beach. So anyway, yeah, we can all just chill out though. And so you can fill me on what the joke is. Yeah, let's move on. Let's see. Dinga Monster, would becoming vegan help regrow hair? You know, again, I'm not a medical doctor or anything like that, but here, I'll show you what I got here as a 53-year-old dude. And, certain unnamed anti-vegans have made multiple videos on their hateful YouTube channels about how a vegan diet has caused my hair to fall out and for me to go bald and stuff. So I'll let you make your opinions on, if veganism is bad for hair. Will it make your hair grow back? I couldn't tell you. That's genetics, and I don't think, from what I understand as a non-medical doctor, I don't think vegan or non-vegan makes much of a difference at that. I know vegans who are totally bald dudes in their 20s, and they have non-vegan brothers who are also totally bald. So as far as regrowing hair, give it a shot. I don't know. Okay. All right, cool. I'm glad the crisis has ended. All right, anyway. Angry anti... Oh, you want to jump in. Veganism causes hair loss. And your evidence for this angry anti-vegan? And if so, if it causes hair loss, why, me at age 53, do I have, a pretty full head of hair, and two other guys born the same year as me, Joe Rogan and Sean Baker? One's completely bald and one's hair is extremely thin, if not bald by now. So if you can explain that, and I bet your answer will be genetics, and that is the answer. Diet has nothing to do with our 3 different stages of hair. It's genetics. I'm just saying, I'm just telling you the truth here. I'm not going to come out and say, oh, go vegan, you have a big, lush, hairy head like I have. I'm not going to say that because I know that's not the big complete picture there. Michaela from Australia, hey, how is it going? All right, Cassie, I'm going to ask you very politely a second time and ask you to move on from the lemons. All right, please, if you want to, contribute in a positive way to this discussion here, let's move on from the lemons. I think we're not going to really say much more about lemons. So I'm asking you very politely. Okay, Laura, I didn't know there's a vegan store in Austin, Texas, Rabbit Grocery. Didn't hear, never heard of that. Cool. More reason to visit Austin sometime. Parth, Cassie has been asked very politely to keep hanging on in the chat, keep hanging out in the chat, like I meant to say, but yeah, discuss anything but lemons or citrus for that matter today. That's it. That's all I'm asking for here. You don't need to cry, Cassie. You can talk about other stuff. Does anything else interest you, Cassie? Let's talk about something else. What else do you want to talk about, Cassie, besides lemons or citrus? I'm totally cool. Oh, cool. Thanks, Michaela. Thanks. Yeah, recommend us to people. I think, maybe I'm a little biased, but I think we're decent people to follow as far as rational, sensible vegans. We're, I think we're good examples. Let's see. There's no conspiracy, Bobby. Just as the main person here, the person controlling or running this live discussion, I reserve the right to control where the discussion goes. So I say we're done talking about something. Respect that, please. That's it. Let's see. I should do a live stream with Chris Cooney. Yeah, I haven't done one in a while. We did one back in March or April, the beginning of all these lockdowns and stuff like that. So yeah, I should do one with Vegan Zombie. Now that I can look all moody like he does in his live streams. I finally have the technology to do that. So yeah, Angie. Angie's really well spoken to. I think I said was happy healthy vegan. Me, Angie. I think we're good, well spoken. Just good people to speak on behalf of veganism. Let's see, and let me let you guys know too. With 125 people watching right now, it might be hard, if not impossible, but hard to get your question through to me. So you can leave a go down to Streamlabs. There's the link down in the chat there where you can send a super chat tip without any YouTube fees taken out of it. So the creators, us, get the whole thing. And you also just leave one in the normal way down there, the $, the regular YouTube super chat thing, and they just take their cut there. It's all good. Just letting you know. Let's see, angry anti-vegan. If you're vegan and don't crave meat, yet you will in a few more years, the deterioration could take longer in others. No, angry anti-vegan. How many years will it take? Because, I can speak for myself. Don't crave meat now, and I've never craved meat as a vegan. So when will I start craving meat? Once I'm 15 years vegan, 20 years vegan? Well, if we want to talk to 20 plus year vegan, let's go talk to Vegan Zombie, since we're just chatting about him right now. He doesn't crave meat either. So that's just complete. You're asserting things. That means to speak something as if it is assumed to be 100% positively true. And that's just complete nonsense. I'm telling you, the longer you stay vegan, the more your microbiome, your gut flora has changed. Your microbiome doesn't crave meat anymore. It wants plants. It's just stupid. It's like when I see meat, I see it like poop. It's not food. It's just something that's repulsive, and it's not something I consider to be worthy of a decision of should I put this in my mouth or not. I don't think of that when I see poop, and I don't think of that when I see meat or smell meat or anything like that. So that's just complete nonsense to say you will crave meat at some point. You can say that, but it might be true for some people, but it's not true for me or any of the other vegans that I know. Yeah, it's disgusting, Lentils. Like, oh yeah, when you see dead animals, as a vegan, you just want to eat it, but you're using willpower to resist that. All right. Anyway, yeah, it's just nonsense. Don't listen to complete anti-vegan nonsense. They like to either make complete nonsense up, or if something happened to them, they'll portray it like it's something that must happen to every other vegan. No, you don't know that. Just talk about what happened to you, and just it's your personal experience. But don't go out and say, this is what happens to everyone who's vegan, because that's just complete nonsense. That is making crap up. And that's what if you're going to keep saying that here, angry anti-vegan, just again, if you want to say what happened to you, it's fine, but don't say this must happen to all other vegans because it happened to me. There's no logical sense behind that. Hey, Peter, thanks for the super chat tip there, Peter. Let me see if you asked a question there. I guess it's going to come up on my screen here. Wait a second. Dr. Michael Clapper has been vegan for over 40 years, and he doesn't even eat oil meat or anything like that. Make sure I got it right there. I got to make that font bigger. Let's see. Yeah, 40-year vegan doesn't crave meat. So anyway, they just like to say stuff that they think sounds kind of true. But it's just complete nonsense. It's like, no, vegans don't walk around exercising extreme willpower all the time to resist urges for meat. No, those urges simply don't exist for the vast majority of vegans. Entice 914, yes, I consider myself an activist. Not all activists are on the streets in front of slaughterhouses and stuff like that. I enjoy doing stuff like that. I just don't have like the system to do that. Like someone to first of all, just a group to a company to go out in the street with, and then someone to film it and all that. Some of these other street activists have that set up quite well. I have the debate skills, the knowledge to do stuff like that, but that doesn't define activism. There's other ways of being vegan activists. I consider someone like, say, medical doctor Garth Davis a vegan activist. He's a medical doctor, a vegan, and he's in it for the ethical reasons. And in addition to the health reasons, he actually calls himself a vegan, which a lot of the other vegan medical doctors, they shy away from that term. So I don't want Dr. Garth Davis going out in the streets in front of slaughterhouses. I want him writing books. I want him debunking nonsense. I want him going on TV. I want him to do do medical doctor stuff, and he's spreading veganism to thousands of people every day just by doing what he's doing as a doctor, just for example. And what we're doing here on YouTube, I'm not going out to slaughterhouses, especially right now with COVID. So yeah, there's not one way to be a vegan activist. Activism means spreading the word, the message of what veganism is about, letting people know that it's wrong on so many levels to kill animals needlessly for food, moral reasons, environmental reasons. So any way you can get that message out is fine. Yeah, there's the old school or the classic idea of what an activist is, but that's just one way. There are countless ways of spreading the message. Let's see. So yeah, good question. Peter, you think any type of activism is better than other types? No, I was saying no. They are all on equal footing. A medical doctor is no better or worse of an activist than, like, say, what Earthling Ed's doing or Joey Carbstrong or what I'm doing. We all have the same goal. We all have the same passion to end this needless slaughter of animals and destroying our planet. And, that is what we're doing. We're trying our best in our own unique ways that, best suit our personalities and our lifestyles and our personal situations to do that. So yeah, there's not like one better way of doing that. Let's see, David, how is my basketball game during COVID? Yeah, I'm not really playing with people right now. For the past few months, since the rims went back up, I've just been trying to go when I can get a court, a whole full court or a half court to myself and do my drills. I mean, I can get myself a really, really good workout without any person being there. There's so many things I can do on a basketball court. And now I put together a gym, a gym in the garage, for weight training. So I'm gonna make a video about that, show you guys. It's funny, I saw Vegan Gains just put out a video. I go, man, I've been putting my gym together too. I just completed it a few days ago. So I'll show you what I'm doing there. So I'm back to basketball athleticism training, which I was doing before COVID. I'm back to that now that I have all the tools to do that, all the gear to do that. And I see your tip there, Laura. I'll get back to it. And I'm just going back to slam dunk training. Since I haven't been able to do it for 6-7 months, it'll get me strong again for basketball. And I don't really need to play games to do slam dunk training. It doesn't hurt, but I don't need it. So I'm just back to my basketball athleticism and slam dunk training. So Laura, let me see your question there, Laura. Again, thanks for the tip there. Dr. Garth's friend, and he's a bariatric surgeon, did my gastric bypass surgery, and they both advocate and call themselves vegan and want their patients to be vegan. See, the great point there, Laura, backing up what I said. How is that Dr. Garth not a vegan activist of sorts? He's doing it in the medical front, in hospitals, with patients, with books. That's the way that Joey Carbstrong and say Earthling Ed can't do. They can't operate on patients and stuff like that, So we all have unique ways. I mean, if the only way people heard about veganism was from guys like Joey and Ed, nothing wrong with it. I think they're great and what they're doing is awesome. But, those guys won't reach people getting bariatric surgery done, is what I'm saying. So Dr. Garth is hitting people I would never encounter your street vegan activists. And, guys that encounter Joey and Ed like that, they're probably not getting bariatric surgery done. So that's what I'm saying. We need people everywhere in all walks of life to do this, to get the message out there, to let them know the many benefits of going vegan. Hey, David Bach, thank you for your super chat tip there too. Thanks so much. Much appreciated. Just have a big thumbs up for me. Thank you, David. Very much appreciated. God, what are you guys talking about? Protein and albumin and stuff like that? Okay. If you guys are interested, watch my blood test videos. I've shown my markers for protein and albumin, and everything's always fine. And people say it's going to keep going down. No, it stays the same. I've never been close to being deficient in protein or albumin on my blood test. Yeah, I mean, my blood tests are awesome. They're better than most people's my age, and they're better than most like anti-vegans that have dared to put their blood tests up. You know, it's just nonsense. Okay, green dust. What do you want to warn people about green dust? I don't know what you've been saying, so just tell me, green dust. I'll look for your comment. What do you want to warn people about? You know, because are you vegan? Are you trying to warn people something about being vegan? You're talking to a 10-year vegan here, so let's see if your warning applies to me. And if it doesn't, when will it apply? Do I need to be vegan 30 years or something like that? Let's see your warning for all vegans here. Um, All right. Yeah, I don't really want to go off on like the anti-vax crowd and stuff like that now. So as I respectfully asked Cassie earlier on about lemons and stuff, all right. I respectfully let's not talk about vax or anti-vax in this live chat right now. If I entitled this chat like, yeah, let's talk about vaccinations, then let's go for it. But I want to keep this to, you know, a vegan chat, not go off on things that are, you know, just not like that. I hope you can respect that. Okay, anyway. Let's see. Thioan, the pledge, where it means not to sit with carnists when they eat. Yeah, I've not made that exact pledge. Here's my deal. I don't go out and eat with people who are not vegans unless they go to a vegan restaurant, or at least a restaurant that has a lot of vegan options. But you know, I had a kind of a change of heart when I went to visit my family at Christmas, my Chinese side. On Christmas Day, we all went out to this Chinese seafood restaurant, and they just ate so much crap, so much, not only seafood but just like mammals, and just coming, I just going, I can't do this anymore. Usually when we go out with my family on Christmas, they don't go to a restaurant, they just have food there, and Angie and I'll bring our own food and we'll sit far away. But I don't think I can do that anymore. Seriously, I'm just gonna have to let people know, you know, it just makes me depressed and sick to sit down at a table with the people eating these horribly just cruel meals, screwing themselves up. They're getting sick. They need to take medications for their health issues caused most likely from their diet and lifestyle choices. So yeah, I don't know if I'll ever make that pledge, but just I don't need a pledge. Just personally, I just find it harder and harder to do. So yeah. That said, I'll visit them in future holidays. I'm just not going to visit them at meaty restaurants. I'll meet them at restaurants that have my kind of food, but I'm not going to go to their restaurants to try to eke out. I'll find some rice, some broccoli, and mushrooms, and make them. And as they eat all their crap, I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. You know, unless I have to, like someone's getting married or something like that, or whatever. But yeah, hopefully that's over. I won't have to do that anymore. Angry vegan. So your family knows they eat with you, they eat vegan. That's how my family knows it too. But I tell you, this was like Christmas. It was a bunch of family that I don't normally see all the time. So I don't know. But yeah, I know Angie and I were pretty not pleased, let's say, about that. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, we should bring our own food along. Yeah, right by their house where we have these Chinese Christmases, there used to be a vegan dim sum restaurant like right by there. So we'd go there first and bring a bunch of stuff over, but they've since closed, so we can't do that anymore. So anyway, yeah. Let me get some more water here, guys. Mm. Stay hydrated. Always a good thing to do. Let's see, we're talking about protein here. Yeah, protein shouldn't be an issue whether you're eating like more high carb, vegan or not. I mean, I consider myself, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily high carb vegan, but plant foods, Generally speaking, as you guys know, are generally higher in carbs. Yeah, there's groups that are not, like say nuts and seeds, avocados, stuff like that. But generally speaking, plants are higher in carbs. So naturally, you're going to get a higher carbohydrate ratio than, your non-vegan friends. But I've never had problems on my blood tests ever. Back when I was eating a more classic high carb vegan diet, or what I'm doing now, which is, has a little more protein and fats, but it's not like drastically much more. I still eat basically, a lot of high carb foods like rice, potatoes, bananas, stuff like that, fruits. I've never had any issues with serum protein or albumin being low or close to being low. They've always been solidly within the reference range. So I'm not saying that can't happen to you. I'm not a medical doctor. I haven't looked at all the studies and stuff like that. I'm just saying for me personally, no matter what I'm eating vegan wise, my protein is always, my serum protein has always been fine, not even close to being an issue. Let's see. Michael, how often do I listen to my Rega? He's talking about my turntable back there. Do you often have long sessions into the night? I have to say, Michael, not as much as I should, considering it's kind of an expensive, relatively expensive turntable. I know they get way more expensive than that, but anyway, what I'm trying to say is I've been so spoiled with digital lately that sometimes I just, man, do I really want to go turn on the Rega, get the vinyl out and find it and clean it and all that stuff? I don't do it all that often. I should do it more to really take advantage of it. That being said, there's in the past like weeks, I've in the back of my mind been filing away a little library of albums that I want to listen to soon, because the ones I'm thinking of don't really have the same mixes on like digital as they do on vinyl. So anyway, yeah, I should sit back and have some nice analog music listening sessions soon. I don't think Cassie that who it was it Dan suggesting we live off of potatoes. He was just saying, for instance, say you were eating such an extreme restrictive diet as just eating a high carb potato only diet, which we're not advocating, but potato, what's his name, Spudfit did that for a year and he got his blood tested the whole time and he was fine the whole time. But what we're saying is, even if you did something as crazy seeming as that, still, those foods have enough protein in them to meet your needs. I think that was his point there. Yeah, points out the Okinawans, a huge part of their diet is sweet potatoes. That's their highest source of like calories, food-wise, more so than rice even. So what I'm saying is, yeah, it's really not that difficult from everything I've learned and researched to meet your protein needs. I was getting it fine when I was like more like, high fruit, almost fruitarian or raw like, no problem. Eating the way I'm now, no problem. Everything in between, no problem. I've never had any issues with protein, low protein or albumin levels. Never have, not even close. So, yeah, Cassie, if that happened to you, again, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry to hear that. And who knows, maybe your vegan diet was the cause of that. Possibly, can't say. Haven't seen your record. And even so, I'm not a medical doctor. I shouldn't comment on it. But what I'm saying is, it's not a fair thing to generalize to all other vegans that they will have these kinds of issues if they ate a certain way. Because as Dan pointed out, you just can eat sweet potatoes or just potatoes and you should still have more than plenty of protein. Okay, as long as you're not in general, yeah, you can share your personal experience, but that's why I tell people who bring up these kinds of stories, you can share your experience, but don't, in addition to that, say, this is what happens to vegans, because that's the false part. Your personal experience, true. Who am I to, say otherwise? Let's see, Plant Patrol. I don't really follow any guitar players per se. I follow like dudes like reviewing gear more than like players, even though I've watched a few, lessons or tutorials from time to time, but yeah, I don't really follow any like players. Let's see, looks like a good question. Huda, again, if you guys aren't getting your questions through, you can leave me a super chat tip here at Streamlabs. They don't take any cut, or YouTube, either way, but let me try to get your question there, Huda. What do I say to my mother, who doesn't believe me when I tell her that the number one cause of deforestation is animal agriculture, and she considers herself an advocate for the environment? Here's what you got to do, Huda. Just you can show her the United Nations studies that describe this. They can quantify it, and the best place is to go to the movie website for Cowspiracy, cowspiracy.com/facts, and scroll down to where it talks about deforestation. Their facts are categorized like climate, deforestation, waste, pollution, stuff like that. Just find the link to the study, and I believe it's one from the United Nations from 2005, if I remember right. Anyway, show her that and have her read it. I'm sure she won't try to debunk the United Nations if she's an environmentalist. So most people are just ignorant. I don't say that in a mean way. I say that in a very just objective, matter-of-fact way. Most people are ignorant to the environmental damage that animal agriculture causes. Most people are not aware. Most environmentalists are not aware that the number one source of greenhouse gas emissions is animal agriculture. And likewise, how are they to know that 92% of Amazon rainforest destruction is caused by animal agriculture? She'll show them the data. Once people see the numbers, if they're not hardcore, just like truth is irrelevant type people, hopefully your mom's not like that if she's into environmentalism. Show her the data, show her the facts, and hopefully she'll say, all right, this looks legit, and secondly, I might actually change to try to rectify this problem that she's willingly participating in. So we'll see. All right, cool. Let's see, I just heard another Streamlabs tip there from Peter. Get your mother to watch a few documentaries on YouTube like Cowspiracy, I think you're trying to say, and Life on Earth by David Attenborough. Yeah, have her watch some stuff like that too. Show her Cowspiracy. That's, of the vegan documentaries, that's the one I think is the most, what I'm trying to say, just that it would, your average layperson would be able to watch and understand and maybe take action. Your average layperson who's concerned about the environment. If they're more concerned about health, there's other movies like What the Health. If they're concerned about athletics, show them Game Changers. But yeah, show your mother for sure. I would say Cowspiracy. And go to the cowspiracy.com facts page and show her the United Nations report. Good questions, guys. Let's see. Compassionate living. Thank you. How do you stay so young and handsome? Thank you. I assumes I am looking young and handsome. Hey, I just staying vegan, right? That's what I'm doing. Staying vegan and trying to have a lifestyle that's conducive for that. Try not to get totally freaked out and stressed out, and haven't done too much, drug abuse and alcohol abuse, and, never got into smoking nicotine cigarettes and stuff like that. So I think, it's a bunch of factors, and I probably have some fortunate genetics too, Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Elena. Yeah, I'm not coming on here as, hey, I'm the handsome vegan or anything like that. But, if I'm, keeping it together, veganism definitely has a part of that, I think. Thank you guys. Thank you. JH Playas, I'm doing fine. Thanks, Plants and Trance. Appreciate it. Thanks, Elena. Thanks, Green Dust. Angry Anti-Vegan. Let me tell you something here. That's just complete nonsense. I'm glad your comment got held up there. I'm putting you in timeout. Don't say nonsense. You're saying something like veganism was created to turn men into women or some nonsense like that. That's just complete nonsense. What are you talking about? How are vegan men becoming women or something like that? It's just complete nonsense. So yeah, timeout is your warning. If you want to hang out with us, cool, but just don't come here and say complete nonsense like that. If you come back and say more nonsense, me or a moderator we'll ban you. Okay, it's just nothing personal. It's just been my policy for like 4 years on these live streams. So I have a standing, set of basic expectations and guidelines I expect people to follow. Just basically don't come here, don't be a dick. Come here and talk like you would to people, like say if you were at your job, if you're at school, whatever. You just don't walk in and say, hey, look at me, I'm gonna say a bunch of crazy crap. If that's how you operate, then I'm sorry for you. I can't help you there. Dr. Baker is becoming female. Yeah, nice one, Ice Bones. Yeah, I mean, who has the testosterone of a 94-year-old woman? Him. And who has the testosterone of a 28-year-old man? Me, with testosterone levels of 744, measured about a year and a half ago. My one and only, time getting a testosterone test. Yeah, soy boy myth. It's funny how these guys will say we're soy boys, yet we have higher natural levels of testosterone. So who you want to listen to about being manly? Someone that has like the testosterone of a 90-year-old woman, or some guy like me who just has naturally high levels of testosterone? My levels are so strong that these are the levels that Joe Rogan is aiming for when he gets his shots in the butt of testosterone. He wants the testosterone levels of a guy around 28, 30 years old, which I have naturally. I don't need to get shots in my butt every couple of weeks. So anyway, I'm just saying, I'm saying I'm better than these people, but these are the ones that project, I'm so tough, I'm so manly, vegan makes you womanly. Well, how come I'm the one of the 53-year-olds, we're all born in 1967, how come I'm the one that has the high testosterone levels, and the other guys have, you have to get shots, or just they're off the charts low? Just saying. Again, I'm not saying they're bad people, but it's just kind of ironic. I'm pointing out the irony. So yeah, mine isn't that bad, Casey. It's not like, or Cassie, it's not like off the charts high. Just, like the average for a guy in his late 20s, early 30s. Oh, Vegan Jerry, you're from 1967 as well, too. Welcome to the 67 Club. Curious if you had your testosterone tested, Vegan Jerry. I never had mine done until I was like, I guess I was 51. 2 years ago, I guess. 1.5 years ago. What was the last full meal I ate before going vegan, David? I really don't remember. I honestly don't remember. I tell you, I know roughly when I went vegan, but I didn't write down the exact day. And I don't remember. I definitely didn't make a ceremony. Like, aha, this shall be the last non-vegan meal I shall ever have. It was nothing like that. So I really, really couldn't tell you. Probably wasn't much because, I was living with Angie, who's a vegetarian. We were both vegetarians, basically, because she's a vegetarian. So I probably just gave up some cheese or dairy or something like that. That's it. Oh, cool. I hear another ding from Peter. Man, that font is so tiny. I'm going to read it over here, Peter. I tried so many ways to tweak that font out, and it's just not happening for me. So let's see what you said there, Peter. Even though Joe Biden has, and some other politicians do, believe in the environment and support environmental activism, none of them are promoting veganism as a way to cure the problem. Why do you think this is? I mean, same in Canada too. Yeah, I've made videos about this. Remember when Elizabeth Warren is saying it's the hamburgers and joking about it? Like, no, it actually is. And I looked at her policy on environmental. What her environmental policy was specifically about climate change, and it had nothing to do with animal agriculture. The data she was giving had nothing to do with addressing the number one cause of climate change. And I will say this: how can anyone, a politician, have a meaningful plan to seriously tackle climate change if, and here's the big if they're not even addressed in the number one source of greenhouse gas emissions? Yeah, they can go after transportation all they want, and what else they want to go after. But if you're neglecting the number one source, the number one cause of greenhouse gas emissions, how great of a plan can you really have? And that's my point. Are they just willfully ignorant of this fact, or they just don't want to tackle it because it's just too divisive? If any politician says, "Oh, we're gonna have people eat less meat," maybe they won't win the nomination. So I'm not sure what it is. Are they intentionally choosing to ignore animal agriculture, or they're just they just haven't heard about it yet? But Andrew Yang, as I made a video about earlier, I think this year, he knows about it. He's aware of it. he never made it a policy that everyone has to go vegan, but he did say he saw the numbers and he saw that if everyone gave up meat, we'd probably be able to fight climate change. So he understands that. But all these other, big politicians running for president don't seem to understand this. And yeah, it's frustrating. I agree. All right, so what else are you guys asking about here? Yeah, Yang Gang. I was totally into Yang Gang. Still am into Andrew Yang. Still follow him on social media, Twitter, all that. Angry anti-vegan. I told you not to come here and fight and scream. No one is pushing anything on you, and we are not a cult. All right. Veganism is not a cult. It's a moral belief. We were cults have like a united belief. They have some kind of dogma that comes from a leader or leadership, and everyone follows it, whether they like it or not. One day your cult will tell you something is wrong and you have to believe it. Veganism is not like that. Veganism, we all come from separate backgrounds, separate ethnicities, cultures, separate religions even, or lack of religions. But we all have found through our own personal moral decision making that it's morally wrong to kill animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. This is not a cult. It's like the anti-cult. It's the opposite. There's no propaganda. There's no top-down flow of proclaiming dogma and everyone down beneath needing to follow it. We've all come independently and found each other like, oh, you also think you see the moral wrongness of killing animals for food. So how is that a cult? This is the opposite of cult whatsoever. There is no dogma. It's just a moral belief that we believe. You disagree with it. So how are we a cult because of that? It's just complete, again, vegan nonsense, anti-vegan nonsense. So if you come back with one more piece of anti-vegan nonsense, I timed you out, I'll just ban you, because we just don't need such crap being spouted on my live streams here. It's not a cult. It's the furthest thing from a cult you could imagine. There's no leader or dogma. You need these things for a cult. We just have a shared moral belief. And we all got it on our own, from our own different, unique personal backgrounds. It's the opposite of a cult. You're right, Peter. Yeah, if anything, the meat industry is a cult, forcing people to believe that it's totally fine for animals and the planet and our environment to destroy it all so they can profit off of it. Yeah, there you go. There's some dumb dogma. Don't worry about health. If you think if you worry about health, we'll fund some studies on the side here, and that'll show confusion, make people think high cholesterol is actually really good for you, because this one crazy study that we designed here seemed to indicate that. So anyway, let me get some water here as I recompose. Anyway, guys, if you want to make sure you get your question answered here, you can hit that $sign down below, a super chat tip, and you can also send one via Streamlabs down there too in the chat. That's what Vegan Gains uses. I learned that from him. They don't take any cuts of their of the tips. All goes to the creators. So anyway, Stucklift, answer you. Wow, so demanding. Oh, again, answer the question. I have 141 people watching right now, so I can't see every last question asked. So you can ask it again, which is fine, or just leave $1 or something, and we'll get the super chat tip notification, and we will all see it. So, yeah, I'm not ignoring you guys or anything. Okay, I see your question now. It got flagged, and you are banned for a homophobic question. So, hide user on this channel. I don't even put you in timeout. Stucklift is gone. We don't tolerate anything here that, as far as like being a bigot, whether it be racism, homophobicness, whatever. Anything that shows that you're some kind of hateful bigot, you're gone. I have a zero tolerance policy. Always have. Bigots can just go F off. All right, more racism here. All right, another bigot gone. If you're gonna be hateful, you throw a racism, homophobicness, you're gone. It's funny how people say vegans are these horrible people, we're in a cult and stuff like that. These people that are trying to convince us that veganism is wrong often try to do it as being like homophobes or racist. It's like, if that's what non-vegans are like, screw that. I'm going to stay with vegans, you know? I mean, you're talking about representing what you believe in. You're not representing your cause all that well is what I'm trying to say. Oh, Plant Patrol, yeah, the roof is done. It took 4 days. They thought it was going to take 3 days, but everything that gets done here, there's always like hidden problems that get found that cost time and money. So yeah, they finished it up. Thanks for asking. That was a crazy week. We're still recovering sleep-wise and just like central nervous system shockedness, you know, all the crazy noise and everything. So anyway, yeah, they did a really good job though. They're really good people. I have no complaints. Just, you know, I knew it was going to suck. You know, that's why one reason why I haven't done it. Oh, thank you, Plants and Trance, for your very kind super chat tip there. Much appreciated. No question. Just saying we're awesome. Thanks so much. Much appreciated there. Really kind and sweet of you. Let's see. All right, angry anti-vegan, you're forcing my hand here. I'm gonna ban your butt here. We don't need your nonsense anymore. So sorry to do that. I told you. I gave you 2 warnings, and that is that. Let's see, Gomez, you'll see me soon. Everything's cool now. I think our 2 main trolls have been blocked from this channel here. Let's see. No, anti-vegan they were back, and now they have been blocked for me. I timed that person out twice, trying to be as open-minded as possible, because I allow people to come here and disagree. I don't want this to just to be some kind of preaching to the choir echo chamber. I respect people who disagree with my opinion, but do so in a reciprocating, respectful manner. But if they're just going to come here and just like, you know, be a dick basically, or just say nonsense and bigotry, they're banned. I won't put up with that. You got to be cool. Hey David, how's it going? Will we get the new iPhone? Yeah, Angie's on the iPhone upgrade program, so she does all the vlogging, which is, we've compared trying to vlog with a and thanks for the super chat tip too there, David. But yeah, trying to vlog with like an iPhone versus like a DSLR camera, it's so much easier, and it probably even just looks better on an iPhone. So yeah, we'll always make sure we have an up-to-date iPhone. I'm actually gonna get her current older iPhone. So that's how that's working out. Yeah, 1 new iPhone coming into the family here. But yeah, that's something that we've been doing pretty much the whole time of our channel, just getting a new one for her vlogging. I'm cool using now. I'm filming right now, or recording this, I should say, streaming on the Blackmagic Designs Pocket Cinema 4K. That's how I can shoot here in low light. I've been like doing more work with it, testing it out, seeing how it performs. I finally got a battery that works for it. It's a pretty impressive camera here, I must say. I'm glad they sent it out to me to check it out I have it for an extended loan here. I think they want to see how it's going to work in the hands of like a YouTube creator rather than like filmmakers and, you know, people who generally use that camera. I'm digging it though. I'm just scratching the surface of what it can do. Let's see, Cassie, am I concerned with phone upgrades and the effects that discarded phones have on the environment? Well, the thing is about Apple phones, they last a long time. Like, you know, they're buying back an old phone for a few $100. Why? Not to destroy it, but to sell it again. I mean, these phones live on much longer than, like, you know, your average smartphones do. And when all said and done, you could take your phone back to Apple, and they have some machine there that can like recycle it really efficiently, pull out all the parts that need or can be recycled. They're the most environmentally friendly phones. Yeah, if someone knows of one that's even more like recyclable, let me know. But yeah, Apple's doing their job. They take the recycling aspect to their phones very seriously, because they know how many of them are out there in the world. It'd be absolutely irresponsible just to, like, you know, have these just, you know, super like unrecyclable parts inside of them. Let's see. Well, if anyone wants to talk about effects on the environment, I mean, I could probably buy an iPhone every week, and the environmental effect of that wouldn't be anywhere near than what an average person contributes in the form of greenhouse gas emissions, deforestation, wildlife loss. You can go through the whole list from eating a regular standard American or standard Western diet full of meat, dairy, cheese. So I think I'm doing my part. So if you want to look at my effect, my environmental footprint. I don't think you want to go there unless you're already vegan. Okay, just saying. And labor, yeah. If you have a really the most ethical phone, share it with me. What are you on right now, Cassie? What are you on right now that doesn't have any labor issues, lithium or anything like that? Show me your like what's what I'm looking for. Just a super environmental, cruelty-free electronic device that you're using right now before you want to try to shame me for using technology. Remember, I work at home. I don't commute or anything like that. I don't have children. My environmental footprint is freaking small compared to your average North American. You're on a library computer right now, huh? Where are you at right now where you're on a library computer? Because if you're on the East Coast, they're all closed. West Coast, it's 8 o'clock, they're all closed. I'm kind of curious what library you're at right now, Cassie. Please share. Hey, Angie B's here. Let's say hello to Angie. I'll give Angie a second to say hello in the chat there. Oh yeah, I saw your question earlier, unknown 08. What do we think of minimalism? Well, I just kind of said there, without defining ourselves as minimalists and following any kind of certain like what's the word I'm looking for, like guidelines or philosophy. I mean, we have a very minimalistic philosophy. We don't try to buy a bunch of crap. We're not into going shopping. Anytime we get something new here, whatever was here that's old usually goes out, and we don't accumulate. We're not trying to accumulate a bunch of crap here is what I'm trying to say. I mean, yeah, one case in point, we had a second car that we just didn't need. Angie doesn't really drive, so sold it. And now that space in the garage is being used for a gym, so, we try to not, acquire all this stuff that we don't need or use. Dr. Yazazu, where is Ryan from? I'm from Southern California, born and raised in Southern California. Let's see. What do we got right now? 126 people. If you want to make sure you get your question front and center, you can hit that Streamlabs link down there in the chat, or you can hit the super chat tip button down there as well. That's one way to get it in front of me. Or you can ask again a second or third time or whatever. I just want to let you know I'm not ignoring you guys or anything like that. Just let you know, it's kind of difficult. It's not a vegan brain fog issue. It's just kind of difficult to keep track of all of your messages down there when there's over 100 people on, Let's see. Cool. I'm glad people are saying hello to Angie. All right, so anyway, hey, Big Squirrel Nuts there. I didn't see Big Squirrel Nuts until right now. He came out of hiding once he saw Angie. Unknown 08. I've never heard about anything about Kamala Harris being plant-based. That's news to me. I think you might be wrong on that, but if someone has any information about that, feel free to share it. Angie, can you Yeah, I don't have a race tonight. If you want to, hey, Cassie, last warning. Yeah, if Angie's thinking you need to be stopped, Cassie, we're gonna put you in timeout right now. Yeah, I don't need anyone trying to like shame us or anything for our lifestyle. Yes, I use a computer. Yeah, I have a phone. I have a camera for that matter too, you know? I mean, but I'm vegan. My environmental footprint is way better than the most like minimalist meat eater. Let's see, David Luna, what's your question there for your super chat tip there? And thanks so much. Your bank statement reflects your contributions to society. Food for thought. Huh, interesting. Can you expand on that, David? I think I see where you might be going on that, but let me see where you're. Why don't you expand on that, David? And you don't have to leave a super chat tip next time if you don't want to. Just I'll be looking for your follow up on that. Let's see. Yeah, Angie raises a good point. We're content creators. We need certain things to create content. Yeah, we're not going to create content without digital devices. And still, content consumers are not watching us like on a film screen projected at a drive-in or something like that. You need digital devices. So anyway, that Cassie that was trying to shame us for using digital technology to produce vegan content, trying to shame us for that. I wonder if we go into the non-vegan channels like gamers or carnivores or musicians that make content and shaming them for using cameras and computers to produce content. Why are you picking on the vegans, the ones that are actually doing more than anyone else as far as lowering greenhouse gas emissions and rainforest destruction and pollution, as far as like of waterways? How come you're picking on the vegans and for like vegan? Remember, veganism doesn't mean we're perfect people or anything like that. Vegan means that you don't eat animals. All right, cool. Yeah, just banned another troll right there. Someone trying to spam us. So anyway, all right. Loose or lose. Let me get some more water here. Hey, Tin Man. Yeah, there's Tin Man. I know you explained your name to us before, but I kind of forgot how that all worked. But I remember it was interesting. What do I think of Fully Raw Christina? I've never really watched Fully Raw Christina. I mean, I saw a few of her videos back in like 2013, 2014, and haven't watched any. I mean, watched like one or two back then. Haven't seen anything since then. What do you think of Fully Raw Christina? Is she even raw anymore? Is she vegan anymore? Let me know. I honestly have no. I'm sure if she weren't vegan, I would have heard something. Is she still fully raw, or does she have some steamed potatoes or broccoli once in a while now? Let me know. Oh, David expanded his question in the chat. Let me see if I can find it. There's just so much going on there. Let's see. Let's see. I see about computers in our lives. Like, huh. Let's see, Matt. The only thing I had a problem with was your logic that stopping one environmental thing gives you the right to contribute to other bad things. Oh no, I'm not. I didn't say that at all. I'm just saying if you look at my environmental footprint, I think it compares favorably to average vegan North Americans or just North Americans in general. I'm not saying if you go vegan, then you should buy a Hummer and set up a coal factory or something like that. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I don't know how you extrapolated that whatsoever. I'm just saying, if you look at our carbon footprints, I think ours compare quite favorably. Okay, so she's still raw vegan. Wow, that's crazy. Man, she's probably been fully raw for like a long time now. I'm surprised. Usually people that are fully raw end up not being raw and not being vegan after a while. Okay, vegan for life says I don't think she's raw anymore. Huh? Which is it? Is she raw or not raw anymore? If anyone knows. Cassie, didn't you hear what I said? When you upgrade your iPhone, a newer iPhone, Apple buys it off you, and what do they do with it? They, oh God, yeah, oh God. Don't understand. They don't sell it into the trash. Another human buys it from them, and it continues to last. It continues to get used for many years. In fact, I told you, iPhones have a longer life cycle than any other smartphone in the world. So don't give us crap for like having a phone that someone else is going to use for many years after. I mean, how is that wasteful? I'm kind of over this, anyways, Cassie. I've kind of had issues with Cassie from the get-go. So let's see. Hey Cassie, I'm just letting you know, if you come back firing more crap like that, you're gone. All right. I apparently can't ban you once you're timed out. Let's see. I agree with you there, Michael, for sure. Hey, Roots Like a Tree, Brandon, and how you guys doing? Are you guys going to come over and do some pizza with us one day or evening soon? Hopefully we'll have some good weather. Today is crazy, weird cold winds and fires and stuff like that, but hopefully we'll get some normal weather again soon. I think the wind advisories will be done tomorrow. Yeah, Angie's right. Yeah, we've never had to throw away anything. I don't even worry about Cassie anymore, you know? Okay. It's Casey. Yeah, Cassie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry how this happened this evening. Yeah, I know you're the cool one here. Cassie. It's the Casey that is giving us issues, right? But I know your two guys' icons. Yeah, our bad there. But don't worry, we're not timing out the wrong person here. We're good. No, we're not bullying you at all. Um, Yeah, there you go, Timothy. People don't need to be perfect, and if perfection is your goal as a vegan or whatever, you're ultimately going to fail because perfection is a concept. It's not something you actually ever achieve. So if you're trying to be perfect, you're not going to be whatever you're trying to do. If you're trying to be the perfect vegan, you're not going to be vegan anymore. May I take that back? People consider perfect vegan meaning not only not eating any animal products, but also being perfect as far as waste goes or recycle anything. If you're expected to do all these other things like perfectly, then it's just not going to work out for you. Parth, do I think it's unethical to not be vegan? That's an interesting question. That would take some time to sort through. I don't want to come out and say that exactly, but veganism is an ethical, moral decision. So if to vegans, it just seems completely plain as day. Just as we find it, most humans find it morally and ethically wrong to murder other people. We find it morally and ethically wrong to murder sentient beings. Yep, you got those words there, Phelan. Yeah, as far as practically possible. Which means, yeah, if you're driving and you run over an ant, doesn't mean you're not vegan anymore. Let's see, optimistic seal. like beans of all kinds. It's easier to eat beans or prepare beans from a can, obviously, but yeah, it's cheaper to make beans from scratch, which involves a little more planning, and you have to eat them within a certain time frame. They will go bad after a while. It depends how much time we got and what kind of effort we want to put into it. Let me get some more water here. I don't know if veganism is an ideology. Ideology has, that word to me has a lot of baggage to it. To me, it's just a moral proposition. It's wrong to kill animals, to harm animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. You either kind of agree with that or you don't. So that's how I kind of look at it. I believe it's just a moral stance. You either take that stance, yes, I believe that, or you don't. That's a good point, Vegan for Life. Yeah, that's Angie's experience too. When she was a kid, her mom was like making her eat meat, and Angie's saying, "Why do I have to eat this? Didn't this come from an animal? Why do we have to kill this animal?" And you're right, Angie, and your mom saying, "It's just something you must do." You go, "Why? I don't want to do this." So yeah. Yep, Angie can clarify it a bit more, but I kind of summed up her experience there. Dawn, thanks for the super chat tip there. I did mention Hummers, huh? I did hear something about new Hummers coming out, so they're now all electric. Yeah, I heard them now, like competing with the new Tesla pickup truck or something like that. So that's cool. It was prior, to this introduction, the most environmentally challenged car of all time, at least portrayed as such, is now gone electric. So that shows you where things are moving to. Hey, Graven Babies is here. Awesome. But thanks for that super chat tip there, Dawn. All right. Cool. Getting some water here. Getting some blood circulation in my legs. Ah. Let's see. I mean, okay, we have Cassie versus Casey. And then Cassie, I'm going to say, you're saying maybe it wasn't the diet, you don't know, but you're down to try again, still very guilty about stopping. Yeah, give it a shot, Cassie. I mean, try it once again, and maybe you have more information now than you had when you were doing it before about what's considered to be a balanced, healthy way of being vegan, because there's many ways to be vegan, as I've talked about 100 times here. Not to say anyone's doing this or has done this of you guys, but you can just eat Oreos and call yourself a vegan. You just could have kale and olive oil like Daniel Vitalis did and call yourself a vegan. I mean, there's many ways to do vegan that is defined as vegan, not eating any animal products, but not necessarily healthy. So yeah, there's much more information now about how to have a healthy, balanced, nutritionally adequate vegan diet, like the American Dietetics Association talks about when they say, yeah, vegan diets are healthy as long as you're having a balanced, healthy diet. David Luna wants to know if I'll get a Neuralink when it's perfected. Yeah, I made that video about Elon Musk. My issue with the Neuralink in that video, David, was not with the Neuralink per se. It was the testing on animals. And also I have an issue with Elon saying he's doing it to help people with like brain issues, but we know they're just saying that's the PR. And I'm not dissing this. I would do this too if I worked at Tesla or it was that the company who's putting it out. No, he has his own Neuralink company, but they know that their end goal is not to help people with brain problems, even though that's a nice side benefit. And I'm sure they're not going to stop doing that once they get that happening. But their whole goal is to hook people up to computers and merge the human brain with computers. And, I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that, that concept. It's completely, transformative of what all human life has been up to this point. So we'll just keep an eye on what he's doing with that. Not he, but just where that technology goes. And then I want to really deeply consider the moral implications, just the ethical implications of that before leaping into something like that. Angie's here. She's in the other room. Last time I left, she was working on her book, I thought. You know, she's getting really close every day, that much closer. Today she made another recipe where she wanted to get some better photographs for you guys in the book. So I had the joy of having another potato leek soup again today. Awesome. You know, I'm glad she needed those photos. Yeah, there's 122 people watching. Good point, Angie. Yeah, let's see some new names. If you're just kind of lurking, say hi. Just come up and say hi. Don't be shy. Just type hi onto your keyboard or your smartphone. Tell us all hello. Okay, yeah, she was doing the Nori roll pages, guys. Yeah. Cool, Peter. Yeah, we're getting so close. Yeah, just a few recipes need tidying up. Then we need to proof it, you know, do some editing, stuff like that. We don't want to rush it out while there's still bugs, if there are any still. So yeah, cool. Karen, kind of new. All right, awesome. I haven't seen Kid Broily. Hello to you too. Cool. We're getting some of the people who are just kind of lurking in the background here. What's your thought on the Neuralink, David? Your guess is the higher IQ being will have control for those who take the Neuralink. That's what I'm kind of wondering. Like, you know, if your brain is merged with another intelligence or whatever you want to call it, you know, yeah, autonomy, like your thought autonomy, your brain autonomy seems like it would be compromised in some way. There's a lot, I said a lot to think through there, David. There's a lot. You know, what would happen in the case of like a bug or a hacking attack or something like that? If someone hacks into the computer, the cloud that's linked up to your brain, what will that mean for your brain? Because we know, you know, there's going to be hacking. Any technology is going to be hacked no matter what. So, I mean, there's a lot to think about, really a lot to think about. So, yeah, I'm following the technology and we'll see where it all goes. Because I'm thinking about like Ray Kurzweil. This goes back to what he's talking about, how we'll have this point, what do you call it? What's the word for it? You know, when human intelligence and computer intelligence will become one. Well, the Neuralink is, you know, like working towards that end. But yeah, thanks again for the super chat tip there, David. The singularity, thank you. That's, yeah, look, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just there's videos. You can see Ray Kurzweil talking about this. Ray Kurzweil and the singularity. He's talking about, like, you know, Moore's law. Computers are advancing so quickly now that they'll get to a point where they already do a lot of things better than the human brain, but still to have all the full processing power and capabilities of the human brain, there's still a ways away. And at a point he wants to merge the two, the human brain, the organic brain with the silicon. It's some wild stuff. Sounds like crazy futuristic stuff, but it's becoming more and more real all the time. But I said there's a lot of ethical issues to think through before that technology should be deployed in any kind of scale. All right, seen other people here as well, like Herb Evans, and let's see. What's the story and how we got on the doctors? Good question, Optimistic Seal. Angie's been pushing me I should work on this week, I guess, for us to just go through and it's our anniversary of being on the doctors. It'll be past it now because we went on in October of what is it, 2016, 15? I can't remember. Angie was doing the research on that. But yeah, we should we'll make a video about that. Or like how many years later, just our thoughts about being on the doctors, what was it like, and you know, do we still feel the same as we do as we were on then? But basically, one of the producers got in touch with us, and it kind of started from there. They were looking for hardcore banana eaters for their expose of the trendy banana diet, you know, which we told them up front, we're not on the banana diet. We just don't eat bananas, but we do buy a lot of bananas. You know, back in the time, I was buying like a 40-pound box of bananas every week or so. It aired November 17th. Thanks, Angie. So yeah, we can definitely get a video out about that in time for November 17th. Bananagate. But yeah, they were cool with that. They weren't too bummed that we didn't eat only bananas. I bet they thought that was going to be really hard to find. They're calling it a trendy diet. It's so trendy they couldn't find anyone doing it. Think about that. How trendy can it be if they can't find anyone really doing that? Do I still eat a ton of bananas like that? I still eat a lot of bananas. Yeah, like today in my banana smoothie, I would say it was about maybe at least 7, maybe 8 bananas. Yeah. And then I had some oatmeal a little bit after that when Angie made oatmeal. But yeah, I still eat. For a lot of people, that's a lot of bananas. For most people, that's a lot of bananas. But you know, for someone who eats a lot of bananas, that's not too much to have 8 bananas a day. Yeah, Cassie, Angie's right, man. Yeah, having the gnats and the fruit flies and stuff like that. It's not as bad in the wintertime. But yeah, that sucks. They just like kitchen scraps in general. But yeah, they'll be finding your ripe bananas, circling them, trying to find ways to get in. And you got burned out on bananas. I still love bananas. There's nothing I love more after a workout, after exercising, than having a banana smoothie. Put in my like a little bit of the Clean Machine green protein in there with it. Some maybe raspberries or blueberries or strawberries to top it off. And I'm stoked. Even all these years later, there's no breakfast I look forward to more than that after a workout. And it's so easy to prepare, you know, too. It only takes a few minutes. It's just so perfect. It goes down easy. Day's going good, Drax. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it. David, I don't know if we're banana addicts, but it's fun to say. But yeah, I like my 8 bananas a day. It hasn't done me bad yet. And a lot of people were telling me years ago, oh man, if you have that many bananas a day, you're going to get all these diseases and crap like that. And that was like, you know, a few years ago, and still getting my blood tested and nothing bad has happened yet. Do we still connect with Vegan Gains? Well, we're never really that much in touch with Vegan Gains. Just once in a while, Parth. Who would ask that? No, it was the Unknown 8. We'd like have a little brief chat on Facebook or something like that. Twitter, maybe that's his wife. Yeah, I don't really chat with him all that much, but I do watch his content from time to time. I would estimate, I would say of all the vegan YouTubers, I probably see more Vegan Gains videos than anyone else's. That's how I know about Streamlabs, you know, from watching Vegan Gains' content. That's how I knew to set like what I just put into the chat right now, the Streamlabs link there where you can donate and they don't take a cut. And if you donate over $5, it'll do a text to speech. It'll read your message out and it'll play like 10 seconds of a really cool, dope trap beat. So if anyone wants to do that right now and check it out, I don't think Angie's heard that yet. Yeah, I've learned a lot watching his live streams to see how he does it. He seems to know what he's doing. I wish I had access to him just to answer some of my dumb questions, but I think I figured out everything I needed to do on my own. Well, everyone is going live today, Rob? Wow, who else is going live? Wow. Do I own a Vegan Gains t-shirt? No, I don't have I should have a Vegan Gains. Tell him to send me one. He has like at least 2 or 3 of our shirts, so I would love a Vegan Gains t-shirt. I would totes wear a Vegan Gains t-shirt. Poor Angie, trying to listen to what I'm saying and read the comments. It must be tough. Yeah, again, we are just finite humans here. We're not like super singularity Ray Kurzweil brain what's that called, the brain link, neural link people. Peter, what's my opinion as a non-doctor about enough omega-3s by just eating flax seeds? Again, it really depends on what your quantity is, you know, how much you're getting. That's the kind of information, like you could probably you could probably measure how much you're getting in flax seeds a day, how much you're normally getting just through your regular diet, measure it out and just type it into Chronometer, type in how many grams or teaspoons or wherever tablespoons of flax seeds you had and see what it says. So that's what I would refer you to, some objective source. It really depends on how much you're getting, what your intake is. And I know there's different people have different conversion rates of converting flaxseed into omega-3. Don't know what to say about that, but yeah, I guess that's what blood tests are for. But yeah, first step is see how much you're intaking and plug it into Chronometer. David, would I eat food grown on the surface of Mars if it were possible to obtain it? I would tell you this, David, that would be hella expensive. I thought Musk, I've seen him show how much it costs to send like a pound in one of his rockets to as payload to Mars. It's gonna be really expensive to send things to Mars. So I would imagine it'd be pretty much equally as expensive to send things back. I don't know. I guess I would try it out if money were not a factor or something like that. It just seems like an awful waste of energy. Talk about being wasteful and stuff like that. That sounds extremely wasteful. But I on just thinking about really quickly off the top of my head, I have like nothing opposed to it. If you could tell me something I should be opposed to, I'm not thinking of anything bad off the top of my head besides the extreme waste and cost. Angry vegan. Do I think the world will go vegan before we get a second stimulus check? Yeah, that might actually happen the way things are going, huh? Yeah, that's really sad how we've had just like one stimulus check, like how many months ago? 5 months ago, and things are still not, like many jobs can't really go back, or at least not back like they used to. Yeah, universal basic income is real. It could really help out in our situation right now. And Angie raises a point. We need to do a Snackageddon. We have a lot of samples that we need to try out. Yeah, we're bad. We're just, again, I guess that's what we do. We get a lot of stuff sent to us, and then we eventually try it out in a big Snackageddon. So I like doing Snackageddons. They're fun. Yeah, there you go, Matt. Yeah, all that rocket fuel would highly outweigh the benefits of growing on other planets. Yeah, the whole point of growing on other planets is to feed those people that are there. That's the whole point. So they're not dependent on transport from Earth or wherever. So that's the whole point. Food grown on Mars for people living on Mars. Food grown on the moon, if they ever do that, for people living on the moon. So that, I think that's the whole point there. But if someone were to bring some back, yeah. I'm nothing opposed to that. I'm sure I'd never get my hands on it. It'd be like, in the hands of Elon Musk and his inner circle. David, I should give a talk at A-Fest. What is A-Fest? David, let me know. See, P. Liddy. I'm not aware of that statistic, and that would be a really good question for a vegan medical doctor or maybe a vegan dietitian or nutritionist about that. Yeah, I don't like to go into medical areas that I have absolutely no knowledge or experience with. Well, David, if I knew what A-Fest was, I would check that out. John, I've been vegan now this is pretty much right now. This month marks my 10-year anniversary of being fully vegan. And before that, Angie and I were vegetarians, or at least me, near vegetarian for about a decade. And Angie's been like pretty much vegetarian since the 80s. So yeah, we've been pretty plant-based for a long time, but fully 100% committed to veganism about 10 years now. It was roughly October of 2010 when I said, I'm going to stop screwing around with dairy or whatever. I'm just going to just screw it. I'm going to go 100% vegan. Yeah, I've heard of Humane Hancock. Yeah, I have a few friends that enjoy his content. Yeah, I haven't seen too many videos of his, but what I've seen, yeah, I do like. Yeah, he seems like he's a good up and comer for sure. Matt, have you ever practiced long meditation sessions? Yes, yeah, totally. Not recently and not frequently, but yes, I have gone down that road a few times for sure. Let's see. So what is it you're talking about, David? So that thing you want us to talk to, they're redefining the college experience. Instead of classrooms, they have you learn on the field and meet up once a year to collect all new innovation and experience rather than desk and homework. Wow, that does sound cool. Dig that. Ralph, I see you talking about Catalina. We're really missing right now. This is the month we go in. Go camping and maybe make a video. You can go anywhere. It doesn't have to be Catalina. Well, now is like a really weird time to go camping when it starts getting really cold at night and stuff, depending on where you go. because yeah, our camping gear is perfectly tailored for that Catalina environment. But yeah, we're definitely going to go next year. I said that last time. I'm just going to book it right now. I'm going to book it a year out. I assume it'll all be fine to go then and everything. So I'm just going to get my space right now. Yeah, we haven't really traveled anywhere right now, Ralph. We're just sticking around the house. A lot of stuff to do here. I mean, we've pretty much transformed our lives here at home. Like, yeah, I'll make a video. If you saw my post today, if you subscribe to our channel, make sure you hit the community tab, because I put the photo in there of the home gym I've been creating for the past couple weeks. I thought it was funny that Vegan Gains has done the same thing too, and he's made a few videos. He's different than me. He'll make them as he's doing it. I'll just do it first, and then I'll show you the after what I've done. So yeah, we're just kind of transforming things around the house. That's the latest thing I've done here, is create a gym for us to work out in. So yeah, that's cool. Been excited about that. Vegan for Life. No, I didn't watch John Venus's video. I don't care to. I mean, didn't he go hunting like last month or something like that? Forgive me if I'm wrong. I mean, how can you go hunting one month and then the next month, hey guys, my bad, I'm vegan now? It's like, whatevs. Oh man, we talking about movies? Yeah, 21 Jump Street. Yeah, that we dig that movie with Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. Ooh, I hear the super chat tip. Oh, Angie gets to hear it now. Someone left a super chat tip there. Spencer did $5. It's going to do text to speech.
I wonder if HHV would one day do a live YouTube with an audience that buys tickets and that. Some point in the show, you perform a live musical song. What do you think?
Let's see. Let me check out that question again there. T. Spencer. One day we do a live YouTube with an audience that buys tickets. I don't know if there's a way to sell tickets to a live stream on YouTube. I don't think there's a way to do that. There might be some weird ways to do it, but I don't know. Let me see. And so at some point in the show, perform a live musical song. Well, I have the stuff now, thanks to Blackmagic Designs, when they send us the camera and this little ATEM mini input device, or this little video switcher. It has several audio inputs. So I'm getting at is I have the technology now to do that. I totally have the technology to do that now. So we just got to find time to start practicing again. But I don't think we charge you guys anything special or anything. I just have a live stream where we advertise it, a few days out, let you guys know we're going to do some music. But yeah, great idea. And thanks for leaving that super chat tip there on Streamlabs. I'll leave the link down there too, guys, so you can do that if you want. You saw $5 or more that does text to speech, which is cool. Reads it all out there for you. And Streamlabs doesn't take a cut. They don't take a penny off our the donations sent to there, as opposed to the regular YouTube super chat function. Yeah, there's Angie's. Angie's sentiments are the same as mine. I'll read her thing here. I wish we could do every creative idea we've had in mind, but we just can't seem to fit everything in. That's our kind of problem. We just have so many things, happening right now. Angie's number one goal is to finish her book, get it out to you guys, and she's been working on it every day. It's like almost done. The thing is, like, you've heard the 80-20 rule, the first 80% of the work gets done really quickly in 20% of the time, but it's that last 20% remaining that takes 80% of the time, and that's kind of what she's experiencing right now. She's really close, but it just takes a lot of time to put on all the finishing touches, spent a day basically getting the cover design down. So that's kind of where we're at right now, but it's getting there. We're getting super close. Angie's getting super close. Yeah, David, YouTube takes a cut of the super chat tips that you leave down there with the $sign, where it says, the $sign. But if you go to the link I'm leaving from Streamlabs, they don't take anything. Streamlabs, you can leave a super chat tip there. It's the same thing. We'll hear it if it's over $5, and we'll see it. It'll display it on the screen as that animation, and they don't take anything. So yeah, Peter, yeah, we don't have any pre-order set up. We didn't do that last time. I think we're just going to release it. Just let you know, hey, we got it and it's for sale. I think that's how we roll, as opposed to doing like a fundraiser or a GoFundMe or something like that. we'll raise the money. You know, we got some money from the Small Business Administration loan that so many businesses applied for earlier in the year. So we have the money to press the books up and to turn the government loan into books, basically. Let's see, let me get back to my main screen here. All right. Fallon, no, John Venus was not drinking his own urine. That was Timothy Sheaf. No, I don't think John did anything wacky and zany like that. He wasn't like living fully raw for many years or fasting for 35 days or drinking urine or anything like that. He just had one day seemed to wake up and have some really bizarre reasons why he thought he shouldn't be vegan anymore. And that was the video I made. But yeah, did you guys ever tell me, did he ever go hunting as he promised he was going to do? Like I said, how can you like go hunting and all of a sudden come back like a month later, hey guys, I'm vegan now again. Like, you know, it's like the boy who cried wolf. But cool, if he's vegan again, I'm happy for him. Not dissing him, but I don't think I need to follow what he's doing. You know, I'm kind of over him. At least one of John's personalities is vegan. Does he have multiple personalities? I don't know. Okay, Michael, he did go hunting. Okay, so again, did he talk about that? Like, hey guys, I went hunting last month and all of a sudden I'm vegan again. Wow, isn't that crazy? I mean, how does he reconcile that? You know, or does he even bother? You know, so again, I don't really want to go there. I'm just kind of whatever, you know. He just is, you know, shown himself to be kind of like just like kind of out there, you know, just not making a lot of sense, you know. What before when he was vegan and now that he's back, he's just not making a lot of sense. Hey, Black Hist, how's it going? All right, let me get a little more water. Ooh, I'm almost running out of water, which is a good sign that I've been on a while. Almost 2 hours. So I'll be getting off here pretty soon. Just letting y'all know. I don't like to stay on much longer than 2 hours. That's about a good live stream for me here. Let's see. Okay, so Dan saying about Venus, John Venus. He didn't actually shoot the animal himself, but he filmed his hand covered in blood and he took part in collecting the animal. Well, I mean, if that were a human, that would be an accessory to murder. If you're standing next to a friend who is murdering people, if you're just standing there with them, you're part of it. They're not just going to let you go free. So, I mean, he may have not pulled the trigger or shot the bow or whatever was going on. But, I mean, if he's standing there and participating in it and going and touching the blood, I mean, yeah, I mean, he did it, you know? I mean, that's how I see it. So how does he go from that, like, hey guys, I'm vegan now. Forget my hand in the blood from hunting last month. I'm over that. That was still 1 month ago. I don't get it. But anyway, I don't want to get it. I'm not going to watch his dumb video. I really don't care. He just can be flaky and be him, you know? It's funny when you have like people who are anti-vegan that try to leave some kind of anti-vegan comment, and also embedded in their anti-veganism is some kind of anti-LGBTQ, some kind of other bigotry. Again, if you're trying to pretend or portray yourselves as like you know, the other side, you want us to like wow, look at those non-vegans, they're really cool people. Well, if you're going to portray yourself as bigots, that's more reason to not take you guys seriously. So anyway, I just banned another one. Fortunately, their comment got flagged. Hey, David, wow, you're leaving some really kind super chat tips tonight. Thanks so much, David. Do I have a water preference? Yeah, you guys told me last time I should hook up with some like water bottle that all these other YouTubers use, and they're not even big water drinkers like I am. But yeah, what I have, David, is what I've been doing the whole time we've had our channel and before. My preference is just a water filtration system. And I'm really bad about it. I need to like probably change the filters. I measured the total dissolved solids. I have a little meter for that, and it's still reading pretty good, but much better than the tap water. But yeah, it filters out, the stuff I really don't want to drink. Like, we don't have chlorine, but we have chloramines in our water. That's like municipalities usually pick one or the other, fluoride, metals and all that junk. So, and it just tastes a lot better too, not having all that stuff in it. So yeah, I just been drinking this just a like I forgot 7-stage water filtration system. I might kind of actually downgrade that a little bit. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I have to hook it up to our sink. I'm looking at a new refrigerator that has I forgot. It's a lesser stage. It's built into the refrigerator. I've seen the filters that you put into it. They last like 6 months or something like that. Anyway, I'm thinking about just going to that. It seems to get out most of the gunk and stuff. I just like clean filtered water. That's my preference, David. But yeah, I don't make it a big deal. I just happen to have a really good water filtration system right now. Matt, thank you too for your super chat tip there. Much appreciated, Matt. What vegan cookbook would I recommend? Well, besides Angie's book, Keep It Carb Baby, which is not exactly available right now in print form because it's it's out of press, but let me give you a link. I'll try to think of someone else's book too. I just don't want to plug our stuff, but let me give you a link to actually let me take you to our website here, happyhealthyvegan.org, and we have the ebooks of Keep It Carb Baby on sale at half price. Let me put that in the chat. We have it for $6.50. We're going to keep it at that price for the duration of this whole not be able to go to restaurants as we are used to. We're to keep it that way till life kind of gets back to normal. So there's a good place to start. It kind of reflects where we were at the time, like 3-4 years ago, something like that. What we eat on a daily way now is different, which is going to be reflected much better in the new book that Angie's so close to finishing up here. But yeah, check that out. I think this is a good place to start. $6.50. You get a wide variety of recipes, breakfasts, lunch, dinners, a lot of different things. Like, if you're from Canada, just open up to some poutine here. You want to make Angie's peach pie, one of the favorites of Tracy, the moderator. That's here. Look at this here. Oh man, this looks so good. I want to have this tonight. Can we make this tonight, Angie? This like the epic burrito bowl. Is that what I'm looking here? All the rice, beans, guac. That looks so good. So, and then there's a lot of fruity stuff here too, especially for breakfast. You want to have a banana split smoothie, oatmeal. There's all sorts of It's just a diverse book, but it's more fruit heavy than our current diet. But that's not a bad thing. It gives you a lot of options. Oh, thank you, Michael. Thank you, too, for your very generous super chat tip there. Thanks for all you and Angie have done / are doing for the vegan movement. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Yes, you could tell we're really passionate about what we're doing, for just spreading how veganism is just a regular sort of lifestyle. It's not some kind of weird, crazy, trippy thing or anything like that. It's something very achievable. It's something very affordable. It's just and then there's the other stuff that's that should be evident, but we don't like make it a big deal. Like, look, it's better for the environment, and we're doing decent for our health. That's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because we find it morally wrong to kill, torture animals. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, we appreciate that you recognize us for our particular kind of activism. As I was talking about earlier, there's not one single way to be a vegan activist. You can do it as a vegan medical doctor. You can do it what we're doing here on YouTube. There's many ways. So Cassie, what do I think about gyms being open in OC? I think I've seen that's where some of my friends are taking photos from at OC gyms. I personally don't want to go to a gym right now. From what I've read, that's that kind of closed indoor environment is probably the worst thing. I mean, not a gym, but just being indoor. I'd rather just work out in my garage. And plus, even with or without COVID, it's just so much easier to walk out to my garage and not get into the car to go to the gym. Just the gym is there for me right now. It's there for us. And I could exercise shirtless. I don't have to worry about some stinky bench that's been there for like 5 years with like 1,000 people, 5,000 people stink or anything like that. Just nice to be able to work out barefoot and shirtless if I want. Yeah, but yeah, I understand not everyone's able to do that. I wasn't able to do that until I cleared out some old baggage from my life, an old car that wasn't really being used by us anymore. So anyway, Angie's seeing Streamlab timing out comments. Yeah, it's it times out comments that are in all caps. It's just a default, I think, in there to encourage people not to type in all caps, I believe. I'll check it out. I should have checked out the preferences before I went. Oh, I left the Keep It Car Baby out. My bad. All right. Anyway, let's see. All right. Let's see, David, great question. If money was no longer a burden, would we live differently anyways? Probably not. I mean, I don't know what we would do if we were like millionaires all of a sudden or something like that. Is that what you're talking about? Just didn't have to worry about paying bills every month. I don't think we'd live much differently. I mean, I don't know where else I'd want to live or anything like that. I'm cool with here. I wouldn't go out and get a new car or anything. I'm happy with my plug-in hybrid. My computer's cool right now. It's still working for me. Talk about people saying I'm being wasteful. My computer is from 2013. I have a used Apple Mac trash can, a Mac Pro, the old trash can version that got so much hate and everything. And I picked one up used like a year or two ago and love the thing. It's doing everything that I couldn't do before. So anyway, yeah, we're cool. We just keep doing our thing. I don't think our lives would change all that much. Yeah, I mean, I have plenty of music gear, guitars. I got a great wife. We just got a roof on our house, a new roof. Everything's, yeah. I don't think our lives would change all that much. That computer will be worth millions if I take care of it. No, it's depreciating every day. It's a really much not loved Macintosh. Do you think the trash can will be a collector's? I don't know. The cubes were, but I don't think the trash can will be. Let's see. No, we wouldn't have a 60-foot yacht whatsoever. No, I mean, we were tempted a long time ago to get a small sailboat. And that sounds really expensive, but you can get like a used like 70s sailboat for like $1,000, a couple $1,000. Not that expensive, but everything else is expensive. What it costs to like dock the thing, or what's it called? The slip fees are really expensive. If you want to be able to live on it, they charge you more. The maintenance and upkeep. So even though it seems like a cheap thing, I can buy a sailboat for $2,000. It's not cheap. Just the slip fees alone are many $100s every month, and the maintenance. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, don't want to go down that road. Could I live on a boat for a month? Depends how big it was, I guess. I mean, it'd be like really tiny house living. Unless you had like a yacht or something, that would that's billionaire type lifestyle. Oh man, give a little more sip of water here, even though I think it's gone. Yeah, Blacklit. I'm totally happy with our gym investment, and I think when all said and done, I think it was under $1,000. I tried my best to find good gear for good prices. I made sure I wasn't like being gouged right now for weights. It's hard to find weights like 45-pound plates, stuff like that. They're selling for like 2, 3 times, 4 times more than they were before COVID, if you can find them even. And I saw Vegan Gains on his video putting together his gym was having similar troubles. So I found one set that I just waited for. It was out, but I kept checking the website like 10 times a day for the next shipments, and I found a really good price set, $250. I'm going to make a video about our new home gym that we put together here. I'm really excited about it. It just finally got it working. Finally, everything kind of came in late last week, and I just finally put it all together. Just really started enjoying it the past few days. Yeah, drone shot of my yacht. If you've seen that from John Mayer, drone shot of my yacht, a photo that David Geffen took of his yacht. Like, yeah, we're just like we're surviving COVID out here, keeping it together on his like $1 billion yacht. Let's see. Yeah, bottoms up, hydrate, Cassie. But I just finished all my water there, so more reason for me to finish this live stream, which has been. It's been a little trippy without Race Lever here, but I think we weeded out. It's funny when Angie comes on. I'm glad you came on, Angie. Often when you come on, I don't know, you always have this way of finding me at like a weird time. There's like some troll problems then, but yeah, we dealt with that. It's all good. It's been good since. It was pretty good before that, but yeah. Let's see. Yep, Darlene. Yep, boats are a lot of time to take care of and a place to park it. So again, if we got a boat, it would be kind of fun, but then you'd be dealing with it all the time. Always something going on with it. And I don't want to have any more distractions like that. So yeah, is it really worth it? Yeah, you're a billionaire. You can do it, but even if we're millionaires or even non-millionaires, like I said, I saw used sailboats for a couple $1,000, but really, is it worth it? Probably not in the long run. Angie's kind of summing up where we're at right now in life. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna come join you, babe. I'm getting pretty hungry, and it's getting kind of late. We're not like late people anymore. Going to bed at 1:30 or 2 like we used to before the roofers came last week. Now I'm kind of on a slightly earlier schedule, so yeah, I'll come in and join up with you. Maybe we'll make something together, or we'll talk about what to have for Din Din. But yeah, let's do it. So hopefully I can get back on my regular life where I'm not dealing with all this weird stuff going on, and get back to making at least 2 videos a week and at least 2 live streams a week. So today's Monday, got a live stream out with you guys. Asked if we're truly happy. Yeah, that's what he asked. Yeah, I think you answered that question very well, Angie. Yeah, I mean, as happy as we appreciate that we're whatever Angie said there. I totally agree with what she said there. But yeah, things in the world right now are objectively not at the best point they've been for many reasons. So anyway. Oh yeah, A-Fest. I'll try to remember that up. I'll look that up, David. Thanks for reminding me about A-Fest again before I go. So anyway, if you have any video ideas, you can leave them in the chat here. I'll take a look before this all disappears. Because I want to try to work on a new video tomorrow. That's my goal. And get another live stream happening or 2 this week. I was trying to do 3 last week. I ended up doing 1. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here for us, and I'm glad you guys appreciate what we're doing and just allowing us to have a YouTube channel where people watch it and and care, and that means a lot. So thanks so much, guys. I think I have no other announcements unless Angie wants something. Angie says she's cold. She needs some Ryan body heat. And hey, I'm really skilled at producing heat for my body. I run warm, is what I'm trying to say. So I'll come out and warm you up. We'll make some food together, guys. All right, cool. So thanks so much, and I will see y'all soon. All right, guys, let's keep it carved until then. I know I'm gonna go get some carbs. All right, bye, guys.